Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome back to the predictions and breakdowns. Today we are back with UFC after a week off. We have UFC Fight Night, Derek Lewis versus Texiera, which is taking place on Saturday, the 12th of July, 2025, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be starting with the early prelims and ending with the main event, just going into all the fights on the card and giving just a little bit of a talk breakdown about it. All right, here we go. Let's start off with that prelim opener, which is Fatima Klein versus Melissa Martinez. If you guys do enjoy this, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you have not already. I do actually like this fight, but I think it's a little bit... I think those odds are fucking a little bit astounding, but sure. Melissa Martinez being sat at a 7-1 or an 8-1 underdog, I guess, because you do get your money back. And Fatima Klein sitting at a minus 1100. This is kind of fucking wild. I'm not going to lie. If you are on the betting side of this, I would stick with Melissa Martinez plus 3.5. She is a professional fighter. She did beat Alice Ardelane, who did end up beating Rayani Dos Santos. And Fatima Klein got fraud checked by Jasmine Jastovicius, where her ground game wasn't as good as she was kind of throwing it to be. She was one of those girls that had decent takedown defense and had decent grappling, but would more or less choose to strike with girls and try and beat them down. And she even goes to a jiu-jitsu school, doesn't really have that good of jiu-jitsu. Melissa Martinez being one of those girls that does only stand-up, so I can see Fatima Klein just kind of beating the shit out of her and taking her out early. I do like Fatima Klein here, but I mean 8-1 for Melissa Martinez is kind of wild, especially when most of these girls' fights go over 2.5 rounds. I would stay away from it on this fight, but still. Look towards Melissa Martinez maybe on the spread, but Fatima Klein should be able to get it done. She is an incredible prospect out of the United States. She is only 25 years of age, has plenty of time to improve, and she may have improved even within 5 months of this last fight against Victoria Dudakova, where she got that half guard elbow TKO against a girl who just can't get up. Basically, she just has no grappling whatsoever. Dudakova literally can't do anything. I had a bit of a problem with that fight though, because she did get reversed on once inside the first round. Dudakova is one of those girls who has like sneaky jiu-jitsu, and even though Martinez doesn't have anything, if she even has anything up her sleeve, she might be able to get it on Klein. Klein just has too many openings. This girl leaves herself open a lot, and to be an 11 or a 12-1 favorite, I don't know. I feel like you have to have a bit more. We're going to just move on, but watch for Fatima Klein up and coming, I guess. After Peyton Talbot and that explosiveness that he came back with inside of his bout with Andre Lima, I think that's his name, or Felipe Lima, whatever his name is, the jungle boy there from, yeah, he's from Brazil, I think. Anyway, he ended up showing out against fucking Lima, man. Like, he came back after 5 months off against the Hayoni Barcelos loss and just looked like absolute fucking just gold. It was insane. Maybe Fatima Klein has done the same thing after the Dudakova loss, or excuse me, win. Next on the prelims, Mike Davis versus Mitch Ramirez. Now, Mitch Ramirez is an absolute dog. He is a dog. This guy takes punishment really well. Carlos Prates got him in the second round. I did think Mitch Ramirez was actually not doing that bad against Carlos Prates. Prates was starting to lead up a little bit heavy inside of that second round, you know, and the end of the first, but he was hanging in there decently. The range of Prates was giving him a lot of problems, but here Mitch Ramirez is taking on Mike Davis, who showed a little bit of tendency against Faraz Zaim. Zaim was able to use his kickboxing, just kind of get in and out against Mike Davis, who's just kind of following him there. Mike Davis is not very active either. This guy has only fought 5 times in 6 years. This is a big fucking problem for me, seeing as Mitch Ramirez has 3 fights in 2.5 years, or I guess closer to 3 years. I would lean on Mitch Ramirez plus 3.5 as well, the spread here for the big underdog. I don't understand why Davis is such a huge favorite here. I do understand that he has some crazy power. I do understand that he's one of the few guys that has beaten Mason Jones. I do understand that he beat Natan Levy with that nasty-ass choke, a guy who's very, very good with the karate and stuff. It's just like, bro, Ramirez is in the UFC. Still, he's in the UFC. Granted, he did fight some fucking bums to get to the UFC, but he's in the UFC. Arian Tavares knockout, sure, he's bad, but Ayadi Majidadine, whatever the fuck this guy's name is, a good grappler that likes to smash guys on the ground. He got him in the first round with a knockout. It was kind of a fluke, but, you know, it is what it is. Mitch Ramirez is good. Don't think he has the full skill capability to beat Mike Davis. I do think he may be able to steal a round when Mike gets tired. He's kind of proven that he doesn't go 3 rounds well. Ramirez has shown that when he usually loses, which is only 2 times, he does get knocked out. Granted, he has fought some pretty fucking devastating strikers. Thiago Moises just taking his legs out. Carlos Prates with that devastating jab. I would lean towards Mike Davis, but again, there's hesitancy with that pick. Ramirez is still a dog, can still walk it down. Now we're going to move on next on the prelims. Kennedy Nzechukwu versus Walter Walker. I'm worried with the fact that Nzechukwu doesn't really have that good of grappling. He has been submitted before. It was against Paul Craig. Paul Craig's nasty as fuck, though. We know that. Who has he really fought other than that in the grappling against Ovince St. Preux? He literally has, you know, the St. Preux choke. The Von Flue, I guess, or is it St. Preux, Von Flue, whatever it's called. What's he do? The Von Flue, yeah, he does the Von Flue. That's his whole thing. He doesn't really fight a whole lot of good grapplers. Ion Cutelaba is a pretty good grappler, but, you know, not a submission grappler. Walter Walker has ripped 2 guys' fucking legs apart in the last 2 fights. He had Junior Taffa, and Dontel Mays. It would have been Junior Taffa if he didn't fucking pull out of the fight. Now, you have, what, 6 inches of reach for Kennedy Nzechukwu? That's pretty fucking good. Kennedy Nzechukwu made the move to light heavyweight. Really feels like this is the place he wants to be. Feels like this is the place that to heavyweight. He feels like this is the place to be. He feels like he can beat up guys in this division. I'm worried because Walter Walker is an actual good conditioned heavyweight with really good grappling and really explosive power. Like, genuinely, he lost to Lucas Bresky, yes, and Bresky's not really that good. That's a fucking problem for me. When he fights guys who has absolutely dog shit wrestling, he gets them down. Does Kennedy Nzechukwu have that dog shit of wrestling to where he's going to get taken down and put into a heel hook by Walter Walker? In my opinion, no. I think Walter Walker here's in a lot of shit. He's lacking on the reach advantage. He's lacking on the frame, realistically. Kennedy Nzechukwu is a big fucking boy, man. He probably weighs in more in this fight than he did in his last fight. He's building into the frame at heavyweight. He's building that muscle. He is fucking fast. This dude is very quick. That left hand comes in quick. That right hook is nasty. He's got a piston in that hand. I'm worried for Walter Walker here. I think this might be a knockout loss. I think the fact that Lucas Bresky could piece him up and win inside the striking distance tells me Kennedy Nzechukwu is going to pass that test with flying colors. It tells me that Walter Walker, his only way of winning, is most likely a takedown. Do I think that Walter Walker is going to be able to get that takedown? No, I don't. I don't think that he's going to be able to get inside that distance and get to a position where he's able to get that heel hook like he's got in the last 2 fights. And he almost sat on it with Dontel Mays because Dontel Mays is as shit as Junior Taffa, if not worse. He's just a fucking blob who wants to brawl, and you ain't going to get a brawl with Walter Walker. He's going to try and move and try and find something else that works. With Kennedy Nzechukwu, bro, you're getting forced into a brawl. This guy's so big and so vicious, you better hope to fucking God you put this guy out. I'm going to go with Kennedy Nzechukwu to win. He has been submitted before, but again, Paul Craig, a little bit different of an animal. Walter Walker only having 3 submissions inside of his UFC and his mixed martial arts career, I guess it's just only 2 inside the UFC, but 1 against Curtis Saha Toem. This guy's probably a fucking can. What does it matter? Walter Walker at this point, I'm going to pass. Give me Kennedy Nzechukwu by knockout inside distance. We're going to go next in the prelims. Lauren Murphy versus Eduarda Moura. We're going to go Eduarda Moura. She did get fraud checked against Denise Gomes, low-key, lost the stand-up exchange, lost every single fucking round in that fight, basically. Lauren Murphy here did get a win against Miesha Tate 3 years ago, but she has had a 2.5-year layoff. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe she had a kid or something, but she is 41 years of age, probably looking to have her last fight inside of the UFC on Saturday evening. I'm going to go with the fact that Eduarda Moura wants it more. She is the only one looking for a title shot at this point. Lauren Murphy, at this point, is just looking to get out of the career. She has only beaten Miesha Tate, who's old as shit, and Joanne Wood. And Joanne's not Wood. Unfortunately, I don't want to say it, but JoJo's not really that good. Again, no longer being inside of the UFC, I don't think. I'm pretty sure she retired after beating Marina Moros. Maybe she's not retired yet, but she isn't really looking that good anymore. I would side, again, Eduarda Moura, good jiu-jitsu, really good hands. She just kind of mauls girls. Lauren Murphy has a problem with the jiu-jitsu. She has a problem with girls, you know, taking her back and like getting her in side control and stuff like that. Give me Eduarda Moura to win, maybe by submission or something. I'm going to lean towards distance because usually women's fights do. But again, this is 125. Eduarda Moura is more of a finisher than she is a decision. So I'd probably lean towards the ground and pound, but I guess we'll see on Saturday night. But give me Mura by whatever. Next on the prelims, we have Jake Matthews versus Chidi Njokuani. Excuse me, fucking Jesus. Why can't I say that? Chidi Njokuani. That was super easy to say the first time. Or the second time. Why the fuck didn't I say it the first time? Chidi Njokuani. Like, why did I say it like a goof? The Celtic Kid, man, versus Chidi Bang Bang, huh? I'm going to go with the side of Chidi Njokuani. I'm going to go with my first gut reaction. Jake Matthews is fast, though. Like, be very honest here. He is very fast. Elizeu Zaleski dos Santos is also very fucking quick. This dude's really nasty in the striking. He is 38 years of age. I would say he's faster than the Celtic Kid. If Elizeu was matched up against Jake Matthews, I think the line would be minus 350 against Jake Matthews for Elizeu. And now you have it in this fight, and we're even. I think the power of Chidi Njokuani at 170, the frame of Chidi Njokuani at 170, the range of Chidi Njokuani at 170, this is a fucking problem. This is a fucking problem. This is still at 170. I'm going to hang with the side of Chidi. I like Jake Matthews a lot. He did look really good against Francisco Prado. I thought he looked fantastic against him. He looked like he really figured him out. Phil Rowe, he was able to shut down everything Phil Rowe had. Phil Rowe was a little bit flat-footed in that fight. Jake Matthews very, very quick on the feet. Very, very beautiful boxing from the kid. I just got to go with the fact that can he deal with Chidi's frame? I don't think so. Can he deal with Chidi's Muay Thai? Fuck no. Those teeps to the body are going to fucking suck. I don't think Jake has any answers for it. I really don't. The grappling ain't going to work, son. It ain't going to work. It ain't. There ain't going to be nothing you can fucking do. Ain't. He's so big, you have to get in so fucking deep. And the kicks are so beautiful, you ain't taking shit down, boy. I think Jake Matthews has a big problem here. I think Chidi Njokuani has a near even. Is an absolute gift. If you're betting on it, pray to the gods and Njokuani knocks him out, because 3 rounds is a little bit rough for Njokuani. I think I would like a second round TKO. Next, we're going to go to the highlighted prelim of the evening. Again, if you guys did enjoy this so far, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you have not already. We have Chris, the Action Man Curtis against Max Griffin. We're going Chris Curtis. I mean, almost beat Brendan Allen. Just, you know, what was a hamstring blew up or whatever at the last second. Roman Kopylov TKO with literally 1 second on. Almost won that fight too. Was winning that third round, I'm pretty sure, up until that last point. Max Griffin here. Lost to Michael Chiesa. Jeremiah Wells split decision. Red flag. Michael Morales decision loss is pretty impressive. Seeing as Morales is taking guys out. Tim Means split decision. Red flag. Neil Magny split decision. Red flag. We have a guy who's 40 years of age taking on Chris, who's at the end of his prime of his manhood. And I would say Chris, the Action Man, gets it done via knockout. I think Max Griffin has been caught one too many times. I think he's getting a little bit slower. You've seen him slow down significantly. Against Michael Chiesa, he literally got caught in a fucking choke, and Michael Chiesa can't be getting chokes on anyone anymore. It's just not even possible. This guy's so old. Chris is just going to move forward really well. He's just going to dip and duck and use his boxing skills to his best capability he can. And I think, oh, fucking Christ. I think realistically, Chris Curtis gets it done on the scorecards, but I would like to see a knockout. I think Max Griffin, again, getting a little slow, getting a little tentative, and I think Chris Curtis inside, you know, brawling distance is a fucking problem. This guy's nasty as shit. He's got a lot of good stuff on him. I do think he's a bit behind when it comes to the curve. I don't think he's really that good of a middleweight. I do think he's a bit behind when it comes to his prime, but I do think he can at least get one win off of old Max Griffin, who's kind of on his way out. Give me Chris, the Action Man Curtis, to get it done. Now, we're going to move on to the main card of the evening. The first bout, I can't even believe is on the main card, but we're just going to go through this quick. I am exhausted. I am tired. I am ready to go have a nap. Let's get down and dirty with this main card. First off, starting Junior Tafa versus Tuco Tucos. I'm going to go with Junior Tafa, but, again, red flag real quick. All right. Tuco Tucos. He did go the distance with Navo Sterling. My opinion took a round off Navo Sterling. That's a fucking problem. That's a problem for me, because that means that guy holds in, and that guy's ready to fucking put it out. That guy's ready for game. Umar Sy got a rear naked choke. Granted, looking back, that's not really that good. But it's okay. Who did he lose to? Alonzo Menifield, Umar Sy? Fucking Alonzo Menifield. Always fucking me over, bro. Junior Tafa here looked really... In his pictures, bro, if you want to see a very handsome fella, Junior Tafa at fucking light heavyweight, bro, is gorgeous. That dude is fucking built. He's got abs now. He looks really good. The UFC was trying to force him to stay at heavyweight, and he really wanted to make the way down to light heavyweight, and he finally has been able to. He makes the weight drop down to 205. He looks fantastic. He looks like he still has that explosiveness that always got him those highlight reel knockouts inside of the UFC. Now, granted, the last time around against Sean Sharaf, he looked absolutely fucking terrible. He absolutely gassed out inside the second round. Well, in the first round, realistically. Those guys were barely able to stand on their feet, and the only reason why Junior Tafa won is because Sharaf literally could not stay on his feet anymore. He just basically fell over, and they stopped the fight. That was it. They were so exhausted, someone was about to just pass out, and they just gave it to fucking Junior Tafa. That's basically what happened. Tuco Tucos is a real light heavyweight. He actually does look pretty good. Inside of his Fury FC, not too bad. He was the champ. He did look pretty good. Bellator, he looked like ass. But I guess when you have the lights on you, how do you respond? And I think in this situation, Junior Tafa gets a knockout. I do think Tuco Tucos is on his way out. I don't think he's good enough for the UFC. I do think he's good enough for the regional scene. And I think that knockout of Parker Porter is going to be similar to Tuco Tucos. He just slips into something, a big right hand, and it's over. He just gets put down and put out. And Junior Tafa walks away with his hands in the air, and he's super excited, blah, blah, blah. Who gives a shit? I like Tuco Tucos, but granted, I don't know a whole lot about him, and both these guys are fucking cans. I hope they both lose anyway. Give me a Junior Tafa to win by knockout. Next on the main card, Vitor Petrino versus Austin Lane. Austin Lane is an absolute can. NFL, whatever the fuck he was, defensive end, defensive fucking, I don't know what he was. He's terrible. Gets knocked out by everyone. Knocked out by Tafa. Knocked out by Deniz. Knocked out by Mario Pinto after winning the first round. And just absolutely walking into everything that Pinto had to offer when he was trying to counter back. And even though he looked like shit while he was countering back, Austin Lane still sat in the middle and ate it. Vitor Petrino here. He did lose to Dustin Jacoby last time around 6 months ago. Is pretty insane, honestly, to come back from after a big knockout like that, especially a flatline KO like that where he goes limp. I do think here Austin Lane is just so open to every fucking right hook that I think Vitor Petrino is just going to throw that piston down until it works, and I think Austin Lane eventually is just going to lead into it. Give me Vitor Petrino to win by knockout inside round 1 or 2. I don't think it goes to a third round. I don't think Austin Lane has a fucking chance. I don't think that anything that Austin Lane has trained for is going to save him from the fact that his chin is absolutely dog ass, and he's absolutely terrible at defending strikes. You cannot defend every strike with your chin. It's just not how it works. Okay, this is not fucking boxing where we have padded gloves. We have 4-ounce gloves that are they're padded, but they're fucking barely padded, all right? We need to lock in here, Austin Lane, and stop getting knocked out because you're starting to look a little bit like dog shit, and I'm getting really worried for your career. Give me Vitor Petrino by knockout. And I guess Austin Lane to die in the octagon, plus fucking 50,000. Next, on the main card, Nate the Train Landwehr versus Morgan Charrier. Give me Nate Landwehr. This is a huge underdog pick. Let me explain it. Morgan Charrier looks like shit. Who has this guy really beaten? If you're being 100% honest with yourself, who has this guy really beaten? This guy's beating Gabriel Morales and Manolo Zacchini. If I go look and Zacchini made his UFC debut against fucking that idiot, which he did, there you go. That tells you everything you need to know. They fed this guy. He did lose a majority decision to Paul Hughes, who low-key looks good. Jordan Vucenic lost a split decision. Vucenic low-key is dog shit. He looked like shit against his last fight. And lost a split decision against Shepe. I thought Shepe won that fight too. Nathaniel Wood lost. Didn't really look that good in that fight. Didn't really have the mix-up capabilities that he was, threatening, talking about, saying he had. He didn't. I like Nate Landwehr here. He never backs down. Always game. Always wants to go for the finish. This guy is ready for everything. He wants to go. He did lose against Ige, a lot of power in those shots. Did lose against Choi. Choi just found him out, was able to get him on the ground and get him stuck, and did end up with the knockout. I do like the fact, though, I'm trying to think of the fact, Jamal Emmers, eh? Pretty boy. He was able to knock his ass out, dude. I forgot about that. That was a good knockout too. Yeah, give me Nate Landwehr. It seems as though when Nate Landwehr gets into rhythm and he moves into the pocket, he's a fucking issue. Those clinch strikes and the constant pressure is something that gives him his charm. He's literally nicknamed the Train. This guy's always ready for a fucking brawl. Morgan Charrier brings it. but I don't know. I don't think he's going to have enough. Nate Landwehr is just good everywhere. The grappling is going to be a big problem for Texiera. He doesn't have good takedown defense, and when well, he does, but the consistency of Nate Landwehr is going to play a big factor in this. He's going to get taken down eventually, and he's going to get stuck on the ground. I do not think Morgan has the capability to deal with Nate, except for the fact that he has pretty good power. Is he going to be able to shut down Nate like that? I don't think so. It takes a lot to put Nate down. It takes a lot to put Nate completely out, too. Julian Erosa with a nice flying knee put him out, and he still got up right away after that. Herbert Burns' knees from the clinch is a big red flag, but that's still 5 years ago. I don't really count that anymore. Herbert Burns was a different fighter back then. He actually looked half fucking good. Now he looks like absolute dog shit. Herbert Burns, if he doesn't get you in the first round, he just fucking falls apart. He just sleeps on the floor and just gives up. Yeah, give me Nate the Train. Fuck Morgan. Fuck the French. Glass Joe's going out. Give me Nate all day. Next on the main card, I love Calvin, but we know how this is going. Calvin Kattar versus Steve Garcia. Calvin Kattar is actually really good. Still a top 15 featherweight, still really good. Still the Boston finisher. Last beat Giga Chikadze back in 2022. Do I think that really holds up anymore? No. Do I think Calvin's good? Yes. But do I think Steve Garcia's on a roll and a bit better? Yes. Do I think Steve Garcia's probably going to put Calvin out? Yes. It's one of those things where Steve Garcia believes in himself so much, and he's so ready for this, and he's been fucking waiting for these moments. He's been waiting to shine. He knocked out Chase Hooper, who's a huge grappler. He knocked out Makosi Okaza, who's a good stand-up artist. Sung Woo Choi, who's really good in the stand-up. Like pretty fucking good. Kyle Nelson, who's pretty good in the stand-up. These are guys who are high level. High fucking level. And Steve Garcia is rolling through these dudes. Give me Calvin Kattar to get knocked out. I just can't go against Steve Garcia at this point. The level of skill is not that high, but the level of precision is there. The level of cardio is there. You cannot doubt someone based on the fact that they don't look as, complete as other guys. Steve Garcia is one of those guys. Just looks really good everywhere else, except for the fact that his technique's a little bit off, maybe. His boxing is beautiful, has a little bit unorthodox stuff, sometimes looks a little bit funky, sometimes looks like he's about to get knocked out. Always gets it done, never in doubt. Steve Garcia and Mean Machine, I think, will get it done against Calvin Kattar. I don't think the Boston finisher has a whole lot left in him, especially after that just absolute mauling by Sterling, and Yusuf Zalal just kind of picked him apart. Honor Allen blew out his knee. He has a bunch of issues. I don't think Calvin Kattar has a whole lot left in the gas tank. Give me Steve Garcia to win by knockout or decision. At whatever plus money that shit is. Next, for the co-main event of the evening, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus Gabriel Bonfim. I love Wonderboy here. I think the striking here is good, but I'm going to have to side with the fact that Father Time is unbeaten. Father Time will always catch up with you, and Father Time has shown himself in the last two fights with Wonderboy. Stephen Wonderboy has never gotten submitted in his life. He lost by round 2 submission to Shavkat Rakhmonov, and it was a standing rear naked choke, if I'm not mistaken. No, was that on the ground? Maybe it was on the ground. That was the one on the ground, right? No, it was Jeff Neal that was a standing rear naked choke. He got knocked out by Joaquin Buckley after winning the first 2 rounds as well, and said that third round, Buckley just kind of did the Mike Tyson and just absolutely fucking dinked him on the face. Father Time is showing himself inside these fights. I will not be a liar to you. I would lie dirt to your face if I said I wasn't going to put a little bit of money on Wonderboy. I love Wonderboy. I love him a lot. I think he's really good. I think he's still in some of the best moments of his life. He's 42 and this guy's still a supermodel. In the fight game, bro, shit catches up quick. It really does. And I think here it's finally caught up to him. I'm going to go with Gabriel Bonfim to win via submission or decision. I think he just catches Wonderboy. I would like to see Wonderboy knock him out or win by decision. Do I think he can steal a round? Yes. Do I think he can make it all the way? This is the first time in my life I've ever said it, honestly, about Wonderboy. I don't know if he's going to make it all the way. I don't. I want him to make it to that fucking 15-minute mark. I want to make him see at least a decision or get the knockout himself. Do I think he's going to get there? Probably not. I'm going to go with Gabriel Bonfim to win by submission as probably one of the cycle picks. It's just, I guess we'll see, man. I love Wonderboy. Hopefully he doesn't. Hopefully he wins. I guess we'll see. Next, we'll move on to the final and the main event of the evening for the night. If you guys did enjoy this, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you have not already. Derek the Black Beast Lewis versus Talisha Teixeira. I'm going with Talisha Teixeira. I would love to pick the Black Beast. Never in doubt can you be with the Black Beast Lewis. He's literally going in there to kill guys. Like, he wants to fucking nuke you. That's his whole thing. He wants to maul you. We have a bit of a problem, though. We have a problem in that Talisha Teixeira is massive. This guy is fucking giant. He is 6'7", 6'8". My father is 6'8". Would I ever fight my father? Fuck no. Fuck no. That dude is fucking giant. Would I ever fight a 6'7" or 6'8" guy? Fuck no. That dude, without skill, would eat me. Would fucking eat me. My dad has never trained a day in his life. He would fucking eat me. He would eat me. He would literally just grab my shirt. He would grab me and he would bite into my neck. That's all he would do. There is no kicking or calf kicking or whatever. Maybe I could buckle his knee once. And then he's just going to get even more angry and just chase me. Texiera is a fucking pro. You have an octagon, bro. You have an octagon. You are fucked. There is nowhere to move for Derek. Not a fucking place. Luckily, it is a normal size octagon. This actually does benefit Derek Lewis. He does have a bit more room to deal with when it comes to Texiera. I don't know, bro. Texiera is fucking... Zhao is a fucking problem. This dude's giant. He's got 83 inches of reach, 4 above Derek. And he's 4 inches higher than Derek in terms of height. And he's 25, bro. So he's 25. He's got speed. He's got power. He's got elbows the size of my fucking head. Give me Texiera to win by knockout. Derek Lewis to get knocked out via round 1 or round 2 knockout. I don't see this going 5. I don't see this going 4. I barely see this going 3. Let me see it end in the first round. I'd like to see both guys go to war. Texiera walk out of there with that donut intact. I would like Derek Lewis to win, but again, father time, guys. They're 40. You got to get over it at some point. That's all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you did enjoy this. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you have not already. This was the predictions and breakdowns. I will see you guys all on Thursday for the recap and breakdown. Or recap. What am I talking about? The betting talk. Not the recap and breakdown. That's Sunday. Jesus Christ, we're lost. That's all I got for you guys this week. Hope you guys enjoy. I'll talk to you guys all on Thursday. Peace.